Hey there, this is Julian Wong again from the Binary Lab, and this is in my third video for this week. Do you know that today I made 3 videos? I made the first one about abundance mindset, and in this video I'm in the last video. Okay, first video abundance mindset. Second video I talked about what was that? Like, do traders, the professional traders, win all the time? All right, and are they perfect? Okay, and this video I'm going to be talking about what happens. This video is going to be the most serious of the 3 videos. Okay, what happens if you're trading halfway and the website goes offline? Happens. Broker's website, middle of news, freezes. Okay, under construction, 500, internal error 500. Page you requested cannot be viewed. The server cannot be reached. The page does not exist. White screen of death. What happens? Okay, I mean, in many cases, as long as the broker that you're with, the binary options broker that you're with, is not a scam broker, they will be back again so you can trade again. But I think you're more interested about, what if you're in the middle of a trade? And, okay, if you're in the middle of a trade, usually they will honor the result. So if you had placed a half-an-hour trade or 10-minute trade and it expired during the time that the website went offline, they will refer to independent price feeds and determine if you would have won or lost that trade. Now, here's the cool thing. Alright, you must also be wondering, right, I didn't know there was going to be market news. I didn't know that the site was going to go down, and I took a half-an-hour put on this USD CAD currency pair, thinking that it's going to go down. But in fact, I saw on my price feeds on MetaTrader or NetDania that it was going up still. And then because of that, I would have wanted to average down my position, basically to go in double up or martingale right at the top, and so that I can break even the first trade and win a little bit of money on the second trade. And I wasn't able to do that because when I wanted to do that, the website was down. All right, if that sounds like you, this is what I wanted to talk about in this video, and that's pretty serious. What if you're in the middle of trading and you're in the middle of money managing a trade? Okay, if you had been able to take the next trade, you would have been able to not only break even your first trade, but yield an overall profit. But because the website went down, you were denied of the opportunity. So what would happen? Okay, so I spoke to George, the head of sales in CT Option, and CT Option is one of the brokers that offered in my group, the Binary Lab. And so George West of CT Option says that in these cases, what you need to do is to have a screenshot. I asked him, how can you take a screenshot, because you don't know when the site's going to go down, right? It says no problem. You take a screenshot after the trade is done. Go to your results page. Mark out the questionable trade, the trade ID. Take a screenshot. And write an explanation. Tell them about the complaint. Okay, obviously when you have you need to be able to screenshot the trade that was problematic. You need to be able to screenshot the fact that the site has gone offline. Okay, I have one such shot because people told me about this and that broker going offline during my trade sessions sometimes, and you screenshot that and then you send it to them and say, hey, look, I was trying to place a second trade, but because of this, I wasn't able to do it, and as a result, I missed a chance to grow my account, or I missed a chance to break even my last loss, right? And he said that at this particular broker, CT Option, what they would do is that they would actually with these details provided, and of course ensuring that your account is already verified, they will refund you the money on that trade. So if you had won it, keep the profit, but if you had lost that trade, they would actually refund you that. Okay, and I said, why would you guys do that? Because don't don't you brokers make money on trade volume? If not trade volume, you make money on people's losses. He said, well, this is long-term business. If we had to do that, we're going to be pissing off a lot of customers at once. Makes sense, right? So I kind of like that answer, and this is what was shared with me. I want to share that with you, so that if you encounter this problem, please write in. And obviously you need to be able to substantiate that as well. The best is you can provide proof that the site did indeed go down. If you are, just generally speaking, because if you're checking with them, you just want to provide proof. If they check, they can check if whether the server is indeed down. If they acknowledge that the server is down at a because sometimes they have all these servicing. I don't know why it happens in the middle of a session, okay? But I like the fact that they offered to remedy this by offering no loss. Okay, so I know a lot of you traders recognize what it is. Sometimes, when you're taking that perfect setup, but sometimes the trade still loses, and this is a remedy. So that's all for this video. Just I wanted to mention once again, this is for CT option. I've got to speak to the relevant people in the different brokers that I work with on how they remedy these situations, and then I'll share them with you. So I don't like the fact that it goes down, but I like the fact that they're actually taking ownership of this problem. Alright, so this is again for the users of CT option, and if that makes you want to use this broker, if this makes you want to try out this broker after having similar situations with other places and not having a good professional response, then did you know that if you actually fill out the form at the bottom of this page, the BinaryLab.net, you can not only get an account, but at the same time get a free access to the Binary Lab trading group as well. And of course, if you're already a member, you can and you may also want to try that out. Okay, pros and cons of different brokers. I'll be talking about that in the next video. I'll be talking about what is the best broker platform, spot option, Panda, or whatever, in the next video, and so that you can so I can give you an so you guys can decide for yourself. I'm going to tell you what system is, what are the pros and cons, but what I can say is that CT, for one thing, just a very short brief. Okay, cons. You cannot sell trade. You cannot You cannot sell the trade early, and you cannot roll over. Okay, this is for normal accounts. VIP accounts may have different privileges, but okay, pros. You can take binary option trades for as little as $5, and that's actually quite a cool option because many brokers out there, binary option starts at like $25, and 24 option has this is jokers that have it at $24. So over at CT option, $5 minimum, not just for the short term 30 second, 1 minute, up to 5 minute trades, but even like 10 minute, 15 minute, half an hour, also $5. Pretty cool. Other thing is that there's a wide variety of tradable pairs, not just in the US session, but even the Asian session. They have a lot more available pairs that you can trade that a lot of brokers don't have. So a lot of brokers out there, like spot options brokers, only have about 6 or 7 pairs that you can trade during the Asian session, but you have about double of that in CT option. A lot more expiry times as well, and the payout rates vary. I noticed that in the Asian session, the payout rate is lower than the Europe and the US session. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. So Asian session, the payout's actually a little bit lower than spot option, but Europe session, US session, the payout's pretty high. But once again, if you are some of the spot option brokers, like if you have something that the equivalent of a VIP account, they actually do increase your payouts on the different pairs anyway. So any more on that on the next comparison video, but this video is basically really about addressing what to do, because recently we had during one trade session we had outage. Okay, so I spoke to them, and this was the reply. Take note, and that's all for now. Like and subscribe to this video. Great videos every single time. Do watch the other videos I made today as well about a Binance mindset, and as well as you know, do traders. Are there any perfect binary options traders out there? All right. See you. Goodbye. Have a great weekend.